This is Ashwin again. Welcome back to my series of tutorials on OpenCV3 and Python. So in the last video tutorial, we learned quite a lot about blending and transitioning effects. So we can blend two images using cv2.addWeighted and addWeighted function, and we can use two parameters alpha and beta such that alpha plus beta equal to 1. So this is going to create a blending effect between two images, and whenever we are going to run that blending effect against the time by varying the value of parameter alpha, it is going to create the transition effect. So in the last tutorial we saw how to create that blending and transitioning effect. So in this tutorial we are going to modify this program in order to be able to control the amount of blend between two images. So let's have a look at it. We have already gone through the programs for trackbar, correct? So there was one program for color palette of RGB colors using the trackbar feature in the OpenCV. So if you are not aware of how to use trackbar, I would recommend you to go through earlier tutorials in the series so that you will be able to understand what I am doing now. So with this, let us get started with explanation of code. I haven't deliberately gotten started with a blank Python program because I really did not want to waste time in debugging the typos and all that sort of stuff. So I have got very well running program which has been completely debugged and inspected by my peers, and we are going to just have a look at how this program works. The program is very easy program. We are using the trackbar feature, as I have already told you. So first of all, we are importing CV2 and then we are creating an empty function to associate it with the trackbar. So here in this program, we are just going to create a single trackbar which is going to control the value of parameter alpha. So here in using these statements, we are just reading two images from the disk. So images are 4.2.01.tiff and 4.2.04.tiff. The images that we have been using since we have gotten started with this series of tutorials. The first image is that we are going to see that in a moment. The first image is a droplet dropping into a pool of red liquid, and another image is the famous image of model Lena from Playboy magazine. Then we are computing the output, temporarily computing the output, because whenever we want to display the composite image or the blended image, we need to have it. We need to have something to display. Then we are creating a window. It is known as transition demo, and its name is transition demo, and then we are creating the window with that name. Finally, we are creating a trackbar. So this is the last object that we are creating here. So we are creating a trackbar with the name alpha, and that trackbar will have 10 values, and we are passing that empty function which we have defined here before we got started with the main function. So once we create the trackbar, we are creating a loop. While true, we are showing the images, and then we are waiting for a key press. Then we are creating alpha. Then we are checking the value of the trackbar and assigning it to alpha. Now we know that that the addition between addition of alpha and beta should always be 1. So what we are doing is we are dividing the value of input from the trackbar by 10. So we know that trackbar can have 10 discrete values from 0 to 10. So if you are going to divide these values by 10, then we are definitely going to get 10 values within the interval of 0 to 1. So the values would be something like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 till 1. And finally we are calculating beta equal to 1 minus alpha, as this is the prerequisite for creating a blending effect. And then finally we compute the output by means of providing alpha and beta as parameters, and by keeping gamma equal to 0. In case you want to debug this program and to see the values of alpha and beta in action, you can just print them by using statement print alpha and beta. Finally, we are destroying all the windows once the loop is over. So let us execute this program and see how the output looks like. The output is going to be interactive and visually appealing. So you would really have a lot of fun while executing this program. So as you can see, it is printing the values of alpha and beta. So initially when the track bar initializes, by default it is at the slider is at leftmost position. So let's have a look at that. See, as you can see, the slider is at the leftmost position, and I'm just trying to change the value of alpha. Correct. So alpha is 1 and here alpha is 10. So basically alpha can't be 1 or 10. We just need to divide it by 10. We divide this value by 10, but there is no way I could print that stuff here. Okay, and now we will exit this program. So in case you want to have smooth transitioning effect, you can just divide this interval into 10 things. Correct. Sorry, 100 different parts. And as we are dividing this interval into 100 parts, we even need to divide the alpha value that we are receiving by tracking the position of the slider by 100 parts. So we are dividing the value of the track bar position also by 100, and then we are using this as an input to the add weighted function. So let's execute this code again to see how it runs. And this is, I mean, there won't be much difference in the execution, except the slider will be smoother. Okay, see, as you can see, the slider has 100 intervals and it's very smooth. Same way it is going to be even smoother if you make it 1000. So let's see what happens when we are going to make it 1000, and it's kind of fun actually. So let's execute the code again. You see, slider is very smooth. This image transition is very, very smooth. Okay, so you can try to use some other image. Let's try to use some other image, and let's execute the code again. So this is the first image, and then it changes into another image. So this is known as a transitioning effect. This is transitioning effect, but we are manually able to control the transition, and the transition is not time based. So the transition or the blending operation is based on the value of alpha that can be customized interactively. So this is a very nice program, and you will have a lot of fun while executing this program and writing it yourself and debugging it yourself. So this is one of the examples of interactive visual computing. In case you have got any more ideas with track bars and whatever we have learned in this series of tutorials, you can just let me know all those ideas in the comment section, and probably I will be able to create another tutorial on that. So thanks a lot for watching my tutorial. Let me know your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will see you next time.